Welcome. Today, we journey through history's most legendary battles, moments where the fate of civilizations was decided and the world as we know it was forged. Our story unfolds in 490 BC, a pivotal moment in ancient history. The setting is the plains of Marathon, a coastal region in Greece, not far from the city of Athens. This seemingly ordinary location was about to become the stage for an extraordinary clash of civilizations. The Persian Empire, a colossal power stretching across vast territories, was an empire of immense wealth and military might, seemingly unstoppable in its ambition. Its sights were now set on Greece. The burgeoning democracy of Athens, a beacon of innovation and self-governance, stood as a defiant challenge to Persian dominance. The Athenians were about to face a test that would determine the fate of their city and their ideals. Heavily outnumbered, the Athenian forces under the astute leadership of Miltiades, a general known for his strategic brilliance and unwavering resolve, understood the gravity of their situation and devised a bold plan, a strategy born out of necessity and a deep understanding of the terrain. Miltiades made the crucial decision of strengthening their flanks, the wings of their army, while intentionally weakening the center, all in an effort to lure the Persians into a carefully orchestrated trap. As the confident Persians pressed forward, their initial advance seemed unstoppable, a tide of warriors surging across the plain. But the Athenian wings, lying in wait, swiftly closed in, executing a masterful pincer movement that caught the Persians completely by surprise. The trap sprung shut, encircling the invaders and routing their forces in a stunning display of tactical prowess and unwavering courage. The victory was total and decisive, a resounding triumph against seemingly insurmountable odds. This victory at Marathon was more than just a battle won, it was the salvation of Athens and the preservation of its democratic ideals, a victory that resonated far beyond the battlefield. The legend of Theodippides' run, his desperate sprint to announce the triumph to the city of Athens, has become an enduring symbol of human endurance, forever immortalized in the modern marathon race. Marathon's legacy is profound, the survival of democracy in its infancy and, arguably, the very birth of Western civilization as we know it. Fast forward to 331 BC. The stage is set for one of history's most decisive battles. Gaugamela, a location that would become synonymous with military genius, where Alexander the Great, the young Macedonian king, faced Darius III, the king of Persia, in a clash that would determine the fate of empires. This wasn't just a battle, it was a collision of worlds. Outnumbered significantly with Persian forces dwarfing his own, Alexander couldn't rely on brute strength. He needed tactical brilliance, a strategy that would outwit the vast Persian army. He initiated a daring maneuver, drawing the Persians out of their carefully prepared position with a clever feint, a calculated risk to disrupt their line. Spotting a gap, a weakness in the Persian formation created by his diversion, he seized the opportunity. With unwavering resolve, he personally led his elite companion cavalry in a direct, thunderous charge at Darius himself. The Persian king, witnessing the ferocity of Alexander's assault, fled the battlefield, and with their leader gone, his army, demoralized and disoriented, quickly collapsed into a chaotic retreat. Alexander's decisive victory shattered Persian power, marking the beginning of the end for one of the ancient world's greatest empires. The triumph at Gaugamela not only expanded Alexander's empire, but also facilitated the spread of Hellenistic culture across continents, influencing art, philosophy, and governance. Gaugamela was not just a conquest, a military victory etched in the annals of history, but a profound turning point, a moment where East and West collided, reshaping the course of civilization. The world, forever altered by the events at Gaugamela, would never be the same. It ushered in a new era of cultural exchange and imperial ambition. 1066, Hastings, England. King Harold's exhausted Saxons faced William of Normandy's invading force. Harold's shield wall held firm against repeated Norman cavalry charges. William's feigned retreats lured Saxons from their line, breaking their defense. As dusk fell, Harold was killed, legend says by an arrow to the eye. The Saxon line collapsed, the Normans triumphed. This single battle ended Anglo-Saxon rule and began the Norman transformation of England. Language, law, and culture were forever changed. Hastings marked the birth of a new nation. The year is 1942. Stalingrad, a city reduced to rubble, became the epicenter, the brutal heart of World War II. A place where the fate of nations would hang in the balance. Fueled by ambition and a thirst for conquest, Hitler's seemingly unstoppable forces plunged headfirst into the city, fully expecting a swift and decisive victory. They believed Stalingrad would quickly fall under their control, but instead of triumph, they found themselves ensnared in a relentless and savage urban warfare, a grinding battle unlike any they had faced before. The Soviet defenders, with unwavering resolve, transformed every building into a fortress, every street into a battlefield, stubbornly refusing to yield an inch of their beloved city to the invaders. As the brutal Russian winter set in, the fighting intensified, and conditions worsened for both sides. In a strategic masterstroke, the Soviets launched Operation Uranus, encircling the German Sixth Army in a devastating and meticulously planned pincer movement. Cut off from supplies and reinforcements, and slowly starving in the freezing temperatures, the once mighty Germans were forced to surrender in early 1943, marking a monumental victory for the Soviets. The Battle of Stalingrad decisively broke the seemingly unstoppable Nazi advance, and forever marked the psychological turning point of the war, signaling the beginning of the end for the Third Reich. It stands as a testament to the extraordinary resilience and unwavering spirit of the Soviet people, and a stark reminder of the immense and devastating cost of total war, a cost paid in blood and sacrifice. The fate of the world, forever altered, shifted irrevocably amidst the smoldering ruins of Stalingrad. June 1815, Waterloo, Belgium, Napoleon's final gamble. Facing Wellington's Allied army, Napoleon launched fierce assaults, but British lines held. French cavalry charges failed against unbreakable infantry squares. As Prussian reinforcements arrived, Napoleon's forces faltered. The Old Guard's last charge was repulsed. Panic swept the French ranks. Napoleon's defeat ended 2 decades of war and reshaped Europe's balance of power. Waterloo was the end of an era, and the dawn of a new order. Europe would never be the same. From Marathon to Waterloo, these battles shaped nations and destinies. Their echoes remind us of the cost of ambition, the power of resilience, and the lessons history offers. Thank you for joining this journey. Subscribe to explore more turning points that define our world. Until next time, remember, history's battles are our own stories, still unfolding today.